欢迎上线收看美国南达科塔州大学的介绍短片。这部短片是全英语进行。如果有任何问题或想多了解留学资讯，都欢迎跟飞扬国际联络哦。现在，我们有请南达科塔州大学国际中心主任 Patrick Morrison 来主讲，掌声欢迎。
Again, good morning. So I will give just a quick overview of South Dakota so we can see, I think on the next slide is a map. So we're in the north central part of the country. South Dakota, it's a very agricultural state with a large tourism sector in the West River section, the western part of our state. We are one of the leading financial services centers in the country. Sioux Falls, South Dakota is the third highest concentration of financial service workers in the United States. We have more money held in our banks than any other state in the country. I kind of joke that we're the Cayman Islands of the United States. On the next slide, we can see kind of our breakdown of universities. So we have 10 public universities and tribal colleges. We do have a large Native American population in South Dakota, 5 private colleges, some technical schools, and then 3 Applyboard partners. So myself, South Dakota State University, I believe Augustana University in Sioux Falls. So University of South Dakota, the next slide here will just kind of give a brief overview about what we're about. So we are one of the 50 flagship universities in the country. So if you're not familiar with the flagship university, it's basically each public system designates kind of their main public campus that gets this moniker, but it could be the oldest university, which is our case, perhaps the largest, highest ranked, most comprehensive in terms of programs. So it does vary. We're fully accredited by the Higher Learning Commission. Our business school is one of the 5% of US universities that have AACSB accreditation. Our computer science programs, one of about 10% that has ABET accreditation, plus other discipline-specific accreditations. We are a comprehensive university, but we are liberal arts at our core. So we are the official liberal arts university of public liberal arts of the state. We grant everything from 2-year associate degrees up to PhDs. We have about 10,000 total students. So we're not a big university, we're kind of more of medium small. And we have about 600 international students from 70 countries, including a growing number from our partner Applyboard. I mentioned the flagship university because it helps kind of benchmark us as far as cost. And that's really what a lot of our students, both domestic students and international students, choose us. Why they choose us is they're looking for a quality education, of course, but they're looking for a university that meets their budget. And so College Board, they make it administer the SAT exam. Every year, they basically look at what's it costs to go to the 50 flagships. And you can see in blue is what flagship universities are charging for the in-state students. And then orange is what they charge out of state. And some universities charge even more on top of that for international. So we do not. So you can see South Dakota, we are the most affordable of the 50 flagship universities. And it's just us in North Dakota, basically, that are below $20,000 in tuition for non-residents. So we do, and we also charge the least amount of difference between in-state and out-of-state students. So that is really one of our key drawing points. We do, and that's before any scholarships or aid. So we start out at a very affordable price. On the next slide, kind of another reason why to choose South Dakota as a study destination is that our public university system has the highest return on investment of any state in the country. Per the Foundation for Research on Equal Opportunity, Forbes magazine also ranks South Dakota #1 as the most affordable state to get a university degree. So that's both a combination of our low tuition, low cost of living. South Dakota is a very low cost of living state, plus outcomes, because we do focus on programs that have, with engineering at other universities like South Dakota State, our AI programs, our business analytics, finance, accounting, those sorts of programs on our campus. So they tend to have a higher return on investment, because of those are, so it's really, think about it, low inputs, decent outputs. So the next slide. So just a little bit more about our program. So we have about 200 undergraduate programs. We're now close to 80 graduate programs. Most of our international students are looking at our computer science programs. So things like AI, machine learning, data science, software engineering and development. Within our business school, so business analytics, finance, accounting would be the big three there. But we have 11 majors in the business school plus MS in business analytics, MBA programs with various specializations. But we have a little bit of everything. Our one spot that we do not have would be things like electrical engineering, mechanical, civil. But Applyboard's partner at South Dakota State would have those programs for a similar price point. So we do offer different things. So we do keep class sizes small. At the undergraduate level, half of our classes have less than 20 students in them. We have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So that's, again, goes back to our size, as we are a public flagship university, but we're not 30,000 or 40,000 students. You kind of get the best of both worlds. You get that one-on-one faculty mentorship, research opportunities. We're a high research activity university, but still you got to get that small college feel, which students tend to like. So USD, we are also a fun place to go to university. So if you've heard of niche rankings, we get an A grade for student life and our social scene. I say social scene, it's actually party school. We're like a top 100 party school. I tend to not mention that around parents. I would say our library is really cool. And then we do have various clubs and things like that. So it is that typical American college experience that students are looking for. So about Vermilion. So we are in a small college town. So if students are looking for the bright lights of the big city, that's not us. And South Dakota in general, most of our universities are pretty much in small towns and cities. So, but it's a very safe place, very walkable, a lot of old growth trees. You have a cute downtown. We're right on the Missouri River, which is one of the longest river systems in North America, and if actually the world. So we're on the only stretch that's protected by the national federal government. It's a national recreation area. So a lot of outdoor activities close. Smithsonian Magazine named us one of the 50 best small towns to visit in 2023, mainly because of our arts and culture scene. We're home to the National Music Museum, for example, which has one of the largest collections of historical musical instruments in the world. We also have the highest percentage of college students of any town in America per City Lab. About 70% of our town are college students. So again, like if you imagine if we get 70% of anywhere or between the ages of 18 and 25, do you think it's a boring place? No, because students want to have fun and they create their own fun. And we help them do that. You're going to get all 4 seasons. So today's not going to be too bad. It's going to be a couple degrees Celsius, but there will be snow in winter. Hot, humid summers, spring and fall are lovely. And we are close, less than 50 minutes from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Sioux City, Iowa. Both have regional airports that we can get to a decent number of places. So students that come from abroad tend to fly through Chicago, Atlanta, Minneapolis, and those all have direct flights to our airport in Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls is really rapidly growing. It's one of the fastest growing cities and towns in America, and consistently ranks in the top 5, top 10 for places to start careers because it is, growth markets in financial services and healthcare and biotech and things like that.
谢谢 Patrick 主任为我们介绍 University of South Dakota 美国南达科塔州大学概况。如果有规划要去美国留学，欢迎与飞扬国际联络哦。联络方式请见影片说明或扫描荧幕上的 QR code。飞扬国际协助您实现留学梦想，启动崭新人生。